Well, hi everybody. Welcome to a beautiful day here in Spokane, Washington. The weather is unseasonably warm. It's about 50 degrees out right now. Um, and compared to running last year, what a difference. Really so much easier the footing. You can actually stretch out and run a little bit faster if you are fast. So anyways, well, let's get started. Okay, this is running true number 9. This is episode 9. So here's where we are right now. You can see I needed to get 34 miles in last week, and I got my 34 miles in. This week I'm supposed to get 36 in, but I have to say I'm having a little bit of knee pain still, my right knee. It actually hurts. My first mile or so it hurts. Then after that it warms up and it feels fine. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I would think it feels better if it winds up, if you actually don't have more pain later on in the run. I would think that's good, but I'm not sure. So I am trying to take some steps of alleviating the pain a little bit. Actually I went and did acupuncture last week, which was a first for me. My wife has been doing it for a while, and we have a friend who's an acupuncturist, Lynn Christensen, and I have to say it was an amazing experience. It was really very healing. My knee felt immediately better, and also it was just a really profoundly wonderful experience. I really liked it. So if you've never had acupuncture, and you're having some mild aches and pains, I would totally recommend it. And Lynn's great. She's over in the Browns Addition area in Spokane here. So that was really good. And then when I ran to work the other morning, it hurt a little bit, but then went away, and then running home was the same thing. Yesterday I went to go run, and I actually stopped my run about 100 yards because I thought, I think I'm gonna take a break today. So that was Sunday. So we're back at it today. I did 6 miles today towards my 36 miles, but we'll see. I may not get to my goal this time, which is really interesting. I'm such a goal-oriented person, and a lot of it is more process than goals. I guess I have little steps along the way. So if I was studying for a promotional exam for work, my goal was that every day I would study 3 hours, and I would have a timer, and I would do it. And so even if the result was failure in passing or getting a high enough score on the test to get promoted, at least I had spent the time. And I guess I've always been more about process than the end results. But for this one, I have to think a lot about end result stuff. Do I want to risk being injured more? In the past, I would have done that. And I thought a lot about that. I think that's also very male mindset, to get hurt in pursuit of something. And you can see that a lot of like weekend athletes. I've been very cautious about my approach. I mean, this has been 10%, a 10% grade of improvement, or grade of increasing the runs. And correspondingly, my long runs have been increasing about 10% each time too. So I don't think I overdid it. I wasn't overzealous in it. But I actually am going to go see the doctor on Friday. And I've got some other stuff going on, some other issues. And I'll just kind of throw the knee thing in there. And then maybe I'll go get some physical therapy. Maybe they'll x-ray my knee. But the nice thing is that race is still a good 3 months out. So I can take a little time off if I need to, get healed up, stay healthy, and keep progressing towards that goal of, in April, running the ultra marathon of 31 miles. So, but that made me kind of think, I don't know if many of you have ever read my Running True Confessions. And basically, it's kind of an offshoot of this video, but it's more of a long-term written part, and I kind of go over some ideas about why running is good for anybody who's transitioning, any kind of transition, whether it's just transitioning to a new job or a new gender expression. running is good. And so far I've done two parts to this. I've done running makes you truthful, running makes you strong, and running, right now I'm trying to come together with one called running makes you kind. And I'm trying to differentiate between niceness and kindness in this. And I think there is a big difference between the two. But I also have to think about, well, as far as being kind, I have to be kind to my knee and take care of myself. And that is something that I think is a real different outlook that I have on doing things. And some of that was my gender expression, my hiding out in the past. Some of that's my background as a kid, very religious household. Pictures of Jesus with the crown of thorns and the sacred, pointing to the Sacred Heart, which my father told me that every time you sinned, it made Jesus's heart hurt more. That's why it was on fire, which was totally not the theology behind the Sacred Heart, I found out later. But it was just like you were supposed to, if you were having pain or having some malady, you readjusted your crown of thorns, or maybe in my case, my tiara of thorns. And then you put that cross on your shoulder and you just walked with the cross. And you just, as they said, offered it up. So you're supposed to offer up your sufferings because I guess, it makes, I don't get the theology behind that would make a deity happy to see that you're suffering, a deity that loves you. I don't understand that, but I guess it was to give I suppose it was to give any kind of suffering that you had a positive spin, that you were doing your thing. And also, I guess, to be an inspiration to others, maybe to say, geez, I'm glad I don't have that big of a cross that I have to bear. I'm kind of lucky. Maybe that was it. But all I know is that a while ago I put down that cross, and I don't think it really does anything to make people happy to see people suffer. If you get off by watching people suffer, you probably have some problems that you need to work on. And so I don't need to have people see me suffer. I don't want to suffer. And I want to be kind. And I want to show people that you can be kind to yourself. So I guess I really can get off the tangent of running here a little bit, which is fine, because that's, if you wanted to watch running video podcast, you would be able to find a far better one than this. But I think this is the only video podcast that deals with running and transgender issues, getting into shape after hormone replacement therapy has kind of changed my body a lot. So anyways, that's all I got. I think we're coming in under 10 minutes, but you know me, I can kind of do this. Oh, one last thing. All right, so I'm going to take it to 10 minutes. I've been rehearsing for the Vagina Monologues, which is going to be going on in Spokane February 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And I invite you all to look for tickets. Maybe I'll put a link up if I think about it. And it's going to be really a good experience. So I've been memorizing my lines and running through the lines, and it's really interesting. It has to do with a transgender person whose story is not my story, but very definitely to hear some of the things that this person said and wrote, it really strikes a chord with me. And it's been a very moving process so far. Actually just saying the words of another person and then having them resound, which I would imagine if you were an actor, that happens a lot in roles you play. I don't know. Okay, that's it, folks. I am going to get this under 10 minutes this time, and I really appreciate you tuning in and watching me talk about my hurt knee and my running and Vagina Monologues and my crown of thorns, tiara of thorns. Thanks, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.